Yes, Christmas trees really are sprayed. Don't worry, I don't have anything in here, so I don't really need the protective equipment. But people who are out there doing the real spraying, of course, do need to take protection. Although the chemicals that are used on trees are very, very carefully regulated. Why are they needed? Because trees are attacked by all kinds of bugs. There are insects of all kinds, there are rust mites, there are aphids, and they just chew on the tree and destroy it. We don't want them, right? So one way to get rid of them is by using the appropriate chemicals. Appropriate is the key word, because there are agencies both in the US and in Canada that oversee the chemicals that can be used. Now, not only do we need to worry about the insects that can attack the tree and turn it into a shriveled brown bush that you don't want in your house, but there are also weeds that grow in between the trees. And when the weeds grow, they use up the nutrients so that the trees don't get their foliage the way that they should. What can you do? Well, of course you can mow, or you can use these rotary weed cutters, but those have an environmental issue, because when you're using a mower, of course you're pumping gasoline vapors into the air and you're using up gasoline. And when you're using the cutting thing, it can cut into the roots of the tree or into the stalk of the tree, and that can kill the tree. So there are chemical ways to go about this. Of course, we call them herbicides. Glyphosate is the one that is commonly used because you can spray it in between the trees. It doesn't do anything to the tree, and it will cut down on the growth of the weeds. Of course, it has to be done in a very limited way. And these days, the idea is integrated pest management. So there's no random spraying. The farmer will go out to the field with a magnifying glass and with tweezers, pick off the insects to see what they are, and then know exactly which chemicals to use and how much. If you're really worried about the chemicals on Christmas trees, well, there's always the organic version. They don't use anything. Of course, you'll be paying more because the yield of those trees is lower. But the main question that comes up for most people is, what about those chemicals once you bring them into the house? Well, they're essentially non-existent because most of them are water-soluble, so the rain washes them away, and they're also sensitive to light. And trees, of course, are exposed to light, and the various kind of pesticides break down upon exposure to light. So there really is no concern about any of these agrochemicals on Christmas trees. So relax, enjoy your pretty tree, give thanks for those farmers out there who know how to use the chemicals appropriately. Have a very Merry Christmas.
Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop.